Hello, and welcome to my OTSL game versus Alexander Kornev, who I will be facing as the USA. And we get a pretty decent hand for starters. So I'm a bit optimistic about this one. Alex is a relatively low rated player, however I have faced him only 2 times and I have no idea how good he really is. I didn't have many opportunities to check that. Alright, I love getting containment, but this gets evented and those are 4-ups, so they don't get anything from it, and that means that containment is not that good. So I will probably go for defectors. I'm not gonna say that I'm going to do it sadly because it's still a great headline. And because I'm going for defectors, I can try being a little bit more expansive in Europe, since whatever he headlines, it's not gonna, let's say, destroy my plans of quickly dominating the old continent. Come on, go for a D card. Socialists, that's good as well. One less nasty USSR card to worry about. For now at least. I think I will hold UN. Okay, so tremendously unlucky roll. I think I just expand like that because there's not much else to be done. Alright. So yeah, it looks like I'm gonna need ops this turn, so containment will probably be played for ops. Captured Nazis evented and UN held. I could also try playing Romanian with UN. It's kind of counterproductive because I don't know where independent threats are. Whoa! Hold on. Okay, at least that wasn't a good roll. Okay, so normally I don't like spending both of my 4-ups immediately, but with this play he kind of convinced me that I should take good care of Asia. So I will immediately take my domination. If he takes South Korea with a 4-up, then I could consider taking India with containment. And what sucks about that is that this is my last 3-up, so then blockade is gonna be hurtful as hell. However, the chances of him having it are not that big. I still need to do something though. His hand is pretty good. Yeah. So I need to event capture Nazis and I need to coup. Perhaps I should start with a coup, since I'm not gonna get Minops if I allow him to coup. And that's a pretty decent swing, and I have 1/3 of a chance to kick him out of Iraq. So let's just go for it, and that's a success. Okay, so my situation in the Middle East is pretty decent. Now he has no time to space anyway because he has to capture Lebanon. Therefore, I will be able to use captured Nazi scientists right away. They go socialists. So that was pretty specific of him. Okay, so now I'm surely doing that. I'm not giving him an easy way out of my domination in the Middle East. And also, since he already scored domination in Europe, I am not going to let him get away with 3 independent threats if he gets them. So that was really greedy of him, by the way, to headline socialists instead of Europe. If he rolled anything less than a 5, he would have been punished for that by me grabbing Europe domination. Unless he has 5-year plan, but he probably doesn't. So he risked hell of a swing, and unfortunately he rolled a 5, so he didn't get punished as he should have been. What I was saying is that if he had the goal as well, that means that crewing Pakistan with a China card is a... It looks like a desperate play. Why would you do that? If you don't have... Wait, are you serious right now? You're not gonna discard Asia, right? Like, what? No way! Bro! What's going on? I have no words. I have no words, dude. Okay, so he got away with that as well. I guess I'm just grabbing 2 VPs from captured Nazis. Holy shit. 5-year plan on 3 cards. Perfectly sniping Asia. Jesus Christ. Absurd. Outrageous. And he had that scoring too, and he didn't headline either of those. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Calm down. Let's calm down. Okay. So that means he doesn't have... Never mind. I was going to say that he doesn't have another playable 3-ops unless he has Distal. So I guess he does. Wait, so here is discarding Distal and he hit Asia? I have no words for this game already. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I just shouldn't play this game. This is unhealthy. Okay, so I'm entering Colombia, that's for sure. And I should overprotect Thailand. Yeah, I have to overprotect Thailand, right? Because decal. But then I can't take Egypt, and taking Egypt is really important. So I have to decide. Taking Thailand is important if he gets either Vietnam and a 4-up or decal and anything else. And it really hurts if he has duck and cover. And taking Egypt is crucial only if he gets Nasser. So maybe I can count on the fact that he doesn't get Nasser. Like, I can just hope that he doesn't get Nasser. And I think I'll take Panama as well. Don't do that. Because that's probably his best coup target right now. Yeah. This is... Okay, that's a bad hand. That's actually a really bad hand. So, well, I can use CIA to kick him out of Angola, but then my threat in Venezuela doesn't have any merit to it. However, then, if he has duck and cover, he can play around that anyway. But I don't want to get rid of CIA, especially after he gave me China. On the other hand, what else do I headline? I have no good headlines, no good events in this hand. So I guess I'm just going for CIA. And I will, well, get some intel. That's important, potentially. Of course he got decal. What was I thinking? Okay, so at least I overprotected Thailand, so he doesn't get that. However, now I can't really take Zaire and Angola because he's just going to immediately prevent that by just decalling. Okay, I'm actually... Okay, of course he doesn't have Middle East. He misplaced here, obviously, because now I'm going to take Angola unless I roll a 1, but like maybe I don't. Duck and Cover and Norad are both pretty unplayable for him. Independent Reds are of course free because, well, he got distal. Suez is just a free up, and Fidel is now eventable because he knows CIA is gonna die. So I take that. Now he takes Laos, Venezuela, and Algeria probably. Because like he knows probably that if I had Middle East scoring I would have evented it during the hairline phase, so he's not gonna bother with that. Uh, so he's just gonna take all the countries that are contested now. Except India, he can't take India, he's not that rich. So I guess I will just go for it immediately. Uh, uh, uh. Formosa, that's reasonable. Okay, he didn't take Laos, that's nice. So I'm gonna take Laos. Alright. And he doesn't have Nasser, so that means I can enter Egypt with 1 influence, and that's good enough. So now Algeria is up for grabs, India is up for grabs, Laos is up for grabs. I could break Venezuela before he could Colombia, but I don't think I'm rich enough. He's gonna give me independent Reds this turn, so I could start with Warsaw, I guess. He can't really take any advantage of me giving him Warsaw, so I will just give him Warsaw. And I will take Laos, enter India, enter Algeria. I could as well ignore Algeria and enter Egypt. Nah, I probably should enter Algeria. Okay, Laos, let's get that. Let's enter India so we can't take it with Suez, and let's take Algeria to be able to threaten it later on. Okay, so there are tons, like all the cards that are in the deck are relevant when it comes to who draws them, except Vietnam Revolts, they are meaningless more or less. But there is Middle East in the Pakistani War, Nuclear Test Ban, Purge, Marshall, Blockade, and Nasser. So those are all very important ones. So basically, a lot in this game is gonna depend on the redraw. Because so far he... Oh, okay. Whatever. You rolled the 1 in Pakistan, I rolled a 5 in Angola. It's fine. I'm gonna make it. Independent Reds. That's another mistake. He gives me access to both the non-battlegrounds, which are not entered yet, by doing that. Okay, so now the question is, do I take India or enter Egypt? I should enter Egypt because if he thinks about going to Tunisia, I have to be able to respond. The problem appears if he goes to Cameroon too. It would be so much easier if I had at least 2 free ops, but I only have 1 left after I played Warsaw. So I guess I'm ignoring India for now, and I will just do something like that. And if he wants to enter India, then I guess he can. India is very important though. But it's swingy. If I get Indo-Pakistani war, he doesn't want to be in India. And he doesn't know that I don't have Indo-Pakistani war. So maybe that's why he's gonna be a little bit careful about that. But he decoded to Burma for a reason, and that's probably this reason. It's pretty risky to let him enter it, because I can't really fight there. But will he think about going to Cameroon? I don't think so. Okay, let's play safe. Let's be responsible. Olympic Games gone. I could play Arab-Israeli war with UN, especially because holding UN is pretty risky, because blockade is gonna appear on one of the sides, and well, there's a case to be made that maybe I want to UN blockade, if I get it. But also he doesn't have Milops yet. But he's gonna get it in Colombia, right? So that's probably not a big deal. So maybe I'm just holding UN. Okay, he uses Korean War too. Enter India and Argentina. Alright. Yeah, let's grab India. That's safe. Thanks to me having the China card, I don't really care about all the things he may do. With Pakistan not overprotected. Truman in my hand also asks to be made useful. It's a weird one. I could break Italy with China now. That would force him to give me NORAD? Do I want to swap China for NORAD in Italy? That's a good question, actually. It's a valid question. Then I just take Canada, and then I let him have China, and Pakistan is threatened, and then Libya and Egypt are not taken. Nah, I shouldn't do it ever. Okay, so let's start. Let's take Egypt first, since then Arab-Israeli war will be more playable than it is now. It is not clear for me if he's actually gonna get any milots or not, so I'm still waiting. I could actually, yeah, that's what is my point. If he spaces duck and cover now, I can actually break Italy with UN intervention with Arab-Israeli war, and then he's gonna fix that with Fidel, and then he's not gonna get the Milops, and I can take Libya with Truman. That's a plan, right? Or I can break Italy again with China, hold Truman, and then headline Truman to take Italy away from him. Yeah, I could also jam into Italy right now with China, but that's just gonna bait out NORAD from him, and I don't care about NORAD that much. So I will just do that. And if he overprotects Italy, then, like, of course, if he just ignores it and coups, then I just, well, then I take Italy with China, I guess. If he takes Italy but doesn't overprotect it, I can just break it with China and then Truman next turn. And if he overprotects it, then that's fine. He doesn't get Milops, and I just take Libya with Truman, and it's all good. Okay. So I get 2 VPs back. And I got blockade, and he got purge. Splendid. So I got Marshall and nuclear test ban, so that's good. I got Middle East, which is questionable. Okay, so the fact that I got blockade and not him is not that bad, because I can hold it. However, I still don't know if I want to do that. Okay, so Middle East is obviously the headline, right? Let's get over with it. He got in the Pakistani war, so I just hope he misses. Because please. Well, if he hits that, then this situation gets very ugly for me. Okay, he starts with Nasser, so I am not purged theoretically. Unless he does it now. He's probably gonna Kuzair then, right? If he Kuzair, then I can try going crazy with 5-year plan. However, well, this card has betrayed me already this game, so I don't know if I can trust it. Oh god. He has to coup. He has to coup, and he has to coup Zaire basically. Ooh, now 5-year plan looks even better. Yeah, you do that, of course. So I would love to take Malaysia, Philippines, and so on, but then he's just gonna event in the Pakistani war, and I don't want that to happen yet. I mean, I probably want to use 5-year plan before he does that, because he has in the Pakistani war and Purge, and if I hit one of those two, I'm fine. He may have duck and cover, but the chances of that are pretty low. And also, even if he does have it, there's only 1/5 of a chance of me hitting it. So I guess I will risk it. Okay, Vietnam Revolts is the worst card I know that I may have targeted. Why it is important for me to event 5-year plan now is because he used UN intervention a bit too early, which immediately gives me information that he is not gonna be able to complete all the rounds in this turn if I shorten his hand. So I will basically have 2 moves in a row. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a joke. Yeah, nothing to do against that. He's just getting what he wants. Not much I can do with that. I guess he's not gonna be able to overwhelm me with the country count. So I can start by equalizing that and entering Saharan states, and maybe Mexico to bait him into giving me some mill-ups this turn. Sad. I probably want to event Marshall. It looks like it's the only way for me to... Yeah, sure, whatever. You do you. And that's the goal gone, so that means that he's not gonna be able to go back to Algeria if I realign him out of there. So let's give him Korean War, I guess. Because I need a card, and I don't want to get rid of Special Yet, because he may have NATO. Okay. So at least that worked. So now if he doesn't coup, I just take Algeria and Nigeria and I'm fine. So I expect him to do something about it actually. Used European unrest and his last card is Purge. Okay. Doesn't matter that much. Okay, he coups now, so he doesn't have NATO, so I can safely coup back with special. Now he plays Purge. So I have a couple of things I want to do. I want to event Marshall, retake Europe, draw, uh, get central domination, take Algeria and take Nigeria, and break South America. So he solved that problem for me, kind of, because now I know that I won't be able to take anything in South America. So now the choice is between eventing. Like, I could give up Europe, basically. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. I think I'm just going to play Marshall and China. Because I sure need a hell lot of hopes. So let's go for Marshall. He skips a turn. Then I give him China. I can hold blockade and fiddle because I'm not gonna get purged, probably, because he just dropped purge. And I hope for favorable alignment of China related cards. Let's call it that. Let's do something like that. Okay. Okay, there is like 0 ops in this hand. This hand has literally no ops. It's basically terrible. When it comes to that, it has Nixon, which can get me China back. I don't know how useful it is yet, but it's potentially good. It has Brush War, which also is a source of Millops. Missile Envy actually takes away Brush War, so I think I'm gonna headline it. It's not a perfect headline by any means. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. But I'm not gonna get it stealed by Miss Envy. Doesn't matter though, because it misses anyway. So Sadat is related to a scored region, but I will probably event it anyway, because what else am I gonna do with a 1-up? Kitchen Debate is a useless 1-up. Nixon is a decent event. Our man in Tehran, I will probably event that. Yeah, I guess that's all. There's no way I can answer the call in a satisfying way. I am so poor. He may even take Thailand this turn. He may break Thailand, grab it right away, break Nigeria and Algeria too, and then if I queue anything, he just ignores it, because why not? He also has unlimited access to my non-battlegrounds, because I entered Guatemala, Colombia, and Samoan states, so it's not like he has to fight for Milops in any way. I also have absolutely no discard for blockade, so that I think I'm gonna hold again. Alliance for Progress for basically nothing, and he goes and rolls a 6. Good. I think that this was a very weak play by him. He didn't even try to put any pressure on me. He just first broke Nigeria and then quit with a 3-up. That's very weird, in my opinion. And that way I'm holding on to Thailand, and my situation in Africa is decent. Of course, he has access to South Africa, but I have no idea why he went to Botswana instead of Angola or South Africa. And he doesn't even fight for more, so yeah, that's fine. Of course, it's bad that he got it so he could do whatever he needed to do and then calmly just drop Africa for free, but well, I guess that's what the game is like. I will take the China card immediately, since, well, I have no idea about his situation, about the situation in his hands, so it's safer to prevent him from playing it before he does have a chance to do so. I would say that Africa scoring so early kind of suggests a weekend, but I am not going to predict anything this game. After what he did, several times. Like this 5-year plan play, this was pure insanity. This was an unhinged maneuver. So I'm not even gonna bother with trying to mind with my opponent this game. I think. So plays that for influence. Like fact. Interesting. Kitchen debate would probably be useless, right? So it's like 2 for him, 0 equality, 1 more, 2 more. Uh, well, I can try. Let's do that. I'm not gonna get a lot from eventing how I learned last turn, so last round, so I may just as well spend it already. Rebrand Hiku's. Okay. Hiku's Guatemala. Okay, let's respond to that. It's not like I'm gonna find a better use of a shitty one-up. Unfortunately, he leads 5 to 4, so he can do that. Let's even set that. I wonder if I should space Fidel first and then play Man in Tehran, or first play Man in Tehran. So the argument is that if I start with Fidel, then of course I am more flexible on my last AR because I can just play Man in Tehran for ops, but on the other hand I waste the value of potentially getting Asknov. On the other hand, if I start with Man in Tehran, then of course I'm counting on him giving me Asknot or not doing anything crazy on his last AR. But on the other hand, if he does something annoying, then I'm basically cooked. Because then I just have to give him Fidel or ignore his friend. Unfortunately, he hits that roll. Yeah, I think that problem is solved, right? I just give up many Tehran. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. I'm not going to play around him having Central, I don't believe it. I can snipe South America, I can snipe Asia, I can snipe Gunman, Cultural, Muslim, We Will Bury You, OPEC, well, who cares about OPEC, but Brezhnev, Che, there are just too many good cards in the deck I may get, so I will just spend it. And a U2 Muslim. Not great, not terrible, it's fine. Still worth eventing in my opinion. Unless he really has Central, but well. Don't think so. And we know that he doesn't have containment, so there's a chance I get containment, and that would help with blockade in my hand. So that's good news. Shuttle can change something about Asia. Gives me puppets like that? What the heck? Yeah, I will take that. Alright, so let's get access to Chile. Let's... If I could go for Nicaragua and Haiti to set up Fidel. But nah, when he just calls one of those and I'm cooked. So I guess I will go for El Salvador because it's a free one-up in Central. Huh. Or I don't care about that and I go for Saudi. Yeah, and El Salvador. Why not Taiwan? No, Taiwan is useless. Oh, Taiwan counts for the country count. But there are so many one-ups to flip on both sides, but I don't I think, right? Yeah, Formosan is gone for good, so I don't care about that. Influence. Makes sense, let's space Fidel. Junta defectors, Brezhnev, Czech, Comic-Con, Latin American death squads, Voice of America, Shuttle. That's actually a decent hand. Two obvious headlines are Junta and Defectors. Voice is decent as well. Junta is probably better, right? What does Defectors counter? What do they do? They go against Asia scoring, but he doesn't like headlining scorings. That's what I know. Liberation. Quag is very annoying. But that's the only chance I get to actually get a coup, right? I could go for Voice, which can flip Asia if he dares to do it. But I don't think that's good enough. Unless... Like, if I go for Voice with a plan of kicking him out of Brazil and Venezuela, he obviously stays in Venezuela. But there are not many cards that he can headline that lower the death count that he's likely to play. So then he has to choose between retaking those countries or cooling, and if he chooses to cool, then I can take one of those, perhaps Brazil with Junta, and realign Venezuela if he cools Venezuela. Or I can... Or if he just retakes, then I can cool one of those with Shuttle or Comecon. Shuttle. To leave Comecon as missile and buffer. So yeah, so I'm kind of three-way split between Junta, Voice, and Defectors. Maybe Voice is just better. Maybe Voice is just better. However, Voice can counter Liberation. No, probably not that much actually. Maybe I don't care about it this much. But do I care about Asia? I can't even take him out of Indonesia. Maybe I should have taken Philippines earlier. Maybe that's my bad that I didn't do that. Yeah, Voice looks good. Junta will probably be useful anyway. Is there any chance of him actually securing South America control for sure after I headline Voice? Well, he can just retake Venezuela and Brazil, and then I can completely fail my coup with Shuttle. And then he just retakes everything, and then Junta is bad. But the main value of Junta is denying him a coup, and he can't really coup after I Voice, right? Okay, let's go for Voice. I think it's the most flexible option, and it's basically always good. Quag is such a disgusting headline here. And it's terrible if I don't get out on the first try. But it's disgusting anyway. But I surely would have gone for Defectors if I knew that he's gonna go for Quag, but well. Even Junta was better if I knew he was going to go for a Quag, right? If Voice is... Shit, Voice is definitely the worst option against Quag. It's very good against basically anything else, though. So yeah, that sucks. So I guess I throw in Che and hold Blockade again. That's probably the option. I can also throw in Latin American Death Squads and try to play Blockade with Che. But since Kennedy is somewhere in the deck, I probably should just throw in Che and hope for my Blockade being discarded by Kennedy, right? That's probably the correct play. Missile and deep. Whoa, but for a coup, okay. Oh, of course you roll a 6. Okay, so that's what I was scared of. The situation where he just takes back whole South America and I don't get to do anything to respond. Because now he basically takes Brazil and Junta is completely useless. I have no counterplay. But I guess I will do it anyway to break Brazil and crew Guatemala and I don't know, create some pressure in Central by denying him one VP from presence. Because like what am I gonna do other than that? Okay, completely devoid of any counterplay. Like I could even try realigning Venezuela on 0, but he rolled e6, so it's like 2 times overprotected. There's no way I do anything with that. So that's gone. So I can just do this and see him retake Brazil with a 2 up and then score South America if he has it, and if not, then well. Then I guess I'm still waiting for Kennedy, discarding it next turn. Or even next turn, that would be good as well. When it comes to cards that may save me, it's basically ABM and nothing else. Theoretically, nuclear subs with a big card, or grain sales stealing something huge. But other than that, I'm basically cooked when it comes to South America. There's also OAS, I guess. And there's Bear Trap, which if he like rolls bad 2 times in a row, I am possibly going to retake something in South America. But I don't really see a good way out after him having Quagmire and complete failure of Brushworm. What the heck? Okay, so he had Asia, which is terrible, but also he gave up on Brazil for some reason, so I guess I will take that. I will enter Uruguay immediately because I am going to because whatever happens, I don't know what happens next, but I want to have the ability to re-enter Brazil, and I surely don't want him to be able to play a 4-up to take Uruguay and break Brazil. That would be the nightmare. So I am basically kind of I don't have a 4-up, so I can't really take Uruguay and Brazil, but I can slightly defend against potential realignment threats by entering Uruguay at all. So that's my plan. I still have no Milops. The only viable target right now is Botswana, but I suspect that he may try Queen Colombia to defend Venezuela. So I guess then some better target may appear. I wonder if there is a point in realigning Venezuela. Because, like, even if I kick him out, he's just going back there. Okay, he gives me US Japan, so now there is a draw. Okay, so there is a chance he would have done exactly what I said he would. I could call Uruguay now, but there is like 1/3 of a chance of me completely failing, and I can't really afford that. I think I'm gonna try Realignments anyway, and Zaire is my secondary target, I think. I don't like it, but I need some luck. Nope. Not good enough, so now he may realign me back, and he's risking quite a lot, but if he rolls perfectly, then we're back to square one, where he just owns all the South America, and there's nothing I can do about it. Unless he lets me, like, basically create something out of nothing again. Okay, I'm very glad that he had Central, that's exactly what I needed. I guess I'm realigning Venezuela again. Unless I want to unless I want to take more risk and first break Venezuela with Comecon. I think I'm going for that actually. I think I think I have to I think I have to first enter Venezuela with 2 ops and then realign at +1 at least. Basically at +1 exactly. Because otherwise there is just no way for me to ensure that I really get a chance of achieving anything, because unless I do that, we are just stuck in a cycle in which I am realigning him out of there and he's going back in. So yeah, I guess I will risk that. Still no Milops. Containment. So I expect him to give me Kennedy. However, I don't care. Oh, I can actually get nuclear subs as well, so maybe that's not Kennedy. I will take the chance I got to just get rid of blockade for good, and now let's realign. Please, please be a good roll. Jesus fucking Christ. What a tragedy. What a tragedy this game is. It's so sad. Oh. Okay, so let's hope that he has nuclear subs and not Kennedy. Please don't have Kennedy. Can you have something else? Anything else? Just not Kennedy? Bear trap. Holy. Okay, that's a weird one. Okay, so now I get to choose between getting Milops and taking Venezuela. And I'm pretty sure I have to take Venezuela, right? He gets a coup anyway. On his first action. Unless I take grain or dark, it's not certain. Yeah, shit. Okay, let's actually do that and defend against him calling Brazil. And let's suffer -2 VPs again. That sucks, but at least I equalized South America for now. Okay. Europe, Southeast Asia. 2 scorings that well, maybe those are not too bad. We'll see. Cambridge 5 is whatever. Ask not is nice to see. I will probably hold it. Truman. Cuban Missile Crisis is interesting. Grain sales is interesting. NATO is good. Pope. Cool. What are important cards I don't see? Gunman, so I hope he has it. Liberation, but Central is scored for now. Socialists, which are probably not that destructive. We will bury you. I guess that's it. Are there any potentially problematic cards for him? No. Also, he may have ABM and what's most dead. That sucks. How good is Cuban Missile Crisis? He has basically no way of resolving it. I mean, of taking influence out of Cuba. But kind of who cares as well? I'm not gonna threaten him. It will definitely disable him from playing ABM unless he headlines it, but then there's a good chance that he will headline it. So I don't think I care about Cuba. It's not even certain if I want to lower the DEFCON by Cuba Missile Crisis if he headlines ABM. But grain sales is not gonna get better than it is now. Maybe I can fight for country count somewhere if he... Nah. Arab-Israeli war is still in the deck. So even that can grant him mill-ups, even if he doesn't have an ABM. So I don't think... I just don't think I care about Cuban Missile Crisis. Let's go for grain sales. Gunman. Okay. Fuck off. Oh, okay, what do I do with cultural? Probably, like, the least obvious card I could have gotten. Oh. I could actually space it. I could space it just to be mean to him, just to deny him a card in his hand, and just to keep China card close to me. But how much do I care about China after CIA and gunmen are gone? Like, do I care? I don't need China this turn, that's for sure. So maybe I just give up the China card to get rid of cultural, and like, cool. And like, there are not even that many good cards of mine that he may have. So maybe I just don't care. Maybe. But fuck, then he gets China card, then he sees my Southeast Asia scoring, and then he starts breaking Laos and Vietnam with his China card he got. And Pakistan is gone. Nah, I don't care. You can keep it. I'm just going Zaire. At least in Africa, my coups are good so far. Coup in Angola was good, coup in Zaire was good, coup in Saharan States was good. 5, 5, and 6. So I guess Africa may be my hope. However, first, Nigeria is not a country I will ever try to coup. Yeah, nuclear subs are tragic, by the way, now. They don't give me anything. I don't have any good coup targets. Which is kind of a nice thing to be able to say as the USA at the end of the mid-war. Oh, I'm so out of good coup targets, but this time it's because he has 7 ops in Nigeria. Jesus. Okay, here goes Colombia. For sure. Do we have ABM, my friend, or do we not have ABM? Please don't have ABM. Please don't have ABM, or please don't roll well if you have to have it. Just don't take Venezuela from me, because I'm gonna commit some crimes if you do that. That's one thing you may... I want you to not have. You may even have one small step. I don't care. Like, would he have headlined Clone Gunman if he had ABM? I know I said I'm not gonna be mind reading him this game anymore, but come on, that's kind of obvious. Like not playing 5-year plan when you have Distal in your hand. That was pretty obvious as well, I guess, but come on. Okay, I will take this time to first equalize that once more and overprotect Venezuela, because I am not risking getting ABM'd from downtown unexpectedly. And I will try to... Now I will try to drop Southeast Asia ASAP. I surely don't want to be holding on to it when he knows that. For a fact that I have it, and he knows exactly how strong my hand is, and he knows I have 2 scrollings, so the sooner I get rid of it, the better. Also, it's worth considering what I'm gonna do with the China card. There's something to be said about taking Indonesia. Okay, so let's think. Do I want to take Indonesia? Then I could hold Kennedy with 1 additional card, like Cambridge. But I don't care, actually. Cambridge is fine. Yeah. If he wants to event cultural, then he can event cultural, and let's be over with that card. And if he doesn't want to event cultural, then I will keep my China card anyway, so. Liberation, alright. Really? That's completely fine. If you're not even gonna bother breaking Panama, then I guess I can drop Europe. I could retake Mexico, but maybe I don't want to allow him realignments, right? I really want to event John Paul. Truman is not enough. Cambridge is unplayable yet, and Canada is a hold card. So if I wanted to take Mexico, I would have to use NATO for that. And if I waste time now by using NATO, then then I'm basically not able to respond to anything else this turn. So I will just drop Europe because I'm fine with that. And if he takes Mexico, he wastes time doing that, and then I realign at +1. And I hope I don't get really unlucky. Taking some big risks here. Fiddle is still in the deck, so I'm not bothering Cuba. So now the obvious targets are Mexico, so okay, he takes that. Cool, so now he has China. Usuri is still somewhere in the deck. So let's take Mexico because it's obvious. Let's overprotect Pakistan so he can't take it, and let's go to South Africa, since that's a reasonable country to go. So now the targets left are, of course, South Africa, but also Iran, I mean, not Iran, Iraq, Saudi, and Israel, because I may actually get Middle East control this game if I get more ops. I may also think about overprotecting Japan at some point. Okay, he's bad. John Paul doesn't break Poland, so I don't really care about being smart about it and sneaky and waiting to the last AR to do that. Also, he knows that I have this card, so I don't care. And I'm not gonna be able to hold Truman anyways. That doesn't matter. Second cover is gone, and he succeeded, which is on one hand annoying, but on the other hand, now I'm not scared of him having one small step. Also, to be fair, he didn't have one small step and he didn't have ABM, so those are some good news for me. Because if he had those cards, this game would have been much harder to play. Okay, now what I have to remember is that he may have nuclear subs, so I should potentially be ready to cruise some battleground. No, I actually don't care. I don't have any good targets. Interesting. Okay, so all the China related cards are gone, and at the end of this process I have the China cards, so that's good. He secured Cuba, which is of course reasonable, but also Fiddle is still in the deck, so now Fiddle is free. I may take South Africa with Cambridge. No, I don't think he's going to take South Africa. So let's start with Queen Nicaragua with Truman, and I roll well, that's good. And then I have Cambridge as a 2-op to play for my last AR, and I may spend it, for example, in South Africa. But if he tries to cool Nicaragua and fails, I may consider realigning Cuba, for example. I think going for South Africa is better, though, in general. Firstly, because Fiddle is still in the discard pile, so it may come back, and I want to fight for Cuba after he's gone. Yeah, we know. And secondly, because if I take South Africa, then Africa is dominated by me even after he coups Zaire. But now I will probably just equalize Europe. Do I do it by breaking Poland or by taking Benelux? Or actually, let's break Poland. I'm thinking like breaking Poland. That way, I create a threat that I may follow upon after he coups something. Okay. Colonials go to me. Camp David goes to me. Wilbury goes to me, unfortunately. Arab Israel goes to me, which is whatever. Socialists go to me, which sucks. OAS goes to him, which is probably better than worse. Summit goes to him, which is good. Once Moslev goes to him, which is unfortunate but not that much. ABM goes to him, which is tragic. Portuguese, Suez Crisis, and Flower Power all go to him, and those are very strong cards. Okay, I think he got the better part of the cards, but not that much so. And I get Junta, which is great. OPEC, which is free, which is great, because I can get rid of it before he gets a chance to get a huge swing in the Middle East, and Latin American dev squads is whatever. So I have to decide primarily on whether I want to event Ask Not this turn or not. And I'm leaning on the side of not doing that because this hand is pretty playable. I just have to space Wilbury, and I will gladly space something because the space track situation demands it. So I can start with either Junta, Latin, or Camp David, or Colonial. Colonials are pretty okay, but they don't immediately cause any threats. I'm probably not gonna realign Nigeria, that's for sure. Junta kind of doesn't allow him to coup Africa, which is great. But other than that, the chances of it succeeding in Argentina are slim. Latin is probably not that good. Camp David is good, but also doesn't achieve anything. I think Junta is good enough. I don't want him to coup. What do I expect from him? Suez Crisis, which is obviously a good headline. Portuguese is kinda whatever. Flower Power is probably not big headline, so it's probably ABM. Can I counter ABM? I can't really. I can play Junta, and if he does something silly in South America with ABM, I can fix it with Junta, so that's good. And also, if he plays Missile Envy, he's killed with Wilbury, but that's probably not happening. He probably doesn't have Missile Envy. So let's go for Junta. Suez. Okay, I expected ABM actually. Suez is fine, of course. It's perfectly reasonable to headline it. Yeah, that's reasonable. Let's break Argentina. Let's go Argentina. One, of course, but doesn't give me anything. My only playable for Europe is is OPEC, so that's pretty ironic. But that's fine because it's free. It's good. Okay, so priorities: fixing Europe. Uh, Spacing will bury you. Am I scared of him having Europe? I think he would have dropped it immediately. But once again, I can't be sure of anything he does. Yeah, I don't care. I will just space. Yeah, and now I roll a 6. Okay, so that's unfortunate. However, it's not even certain if he has any good, like, space targets. OAS is unspaceable, and that's the only blue card he may have as far as I know, and he only has 2 cards I don't know, so the options are pretty limited. ABM, of course. Brazil, that's a very bad choice. Why would you go for Brazil? I don't understand. I don't. I don't understand. I just don't. Iran doesn't give me match. Okay, let's do something like that. And then event Camp David. Or maybe I shouldn't focus on Israel so much. Let's take South Africa first. Or maybe I don't care about that much. Maybe I should overprotect Brazil first, because he may break it with flower power. I don't see him breaking much stuff this game though. I don't think he will do that. It doesn't look like a thing he does at all, actually. Oh no, maybe I should play solidly. Like not take it, leaving South Africa at 3-1 should probably be enough. It's fine. So that's probably the solid play. Oh yeah, and I actually can um, take South Africa with colonials after I do that. So that's actually kind of a value gain for me. But so that's a perfect counter. If he decides to event Portuguese Empire crumbles, I can just event colonials to overprotect Angola once more, take South Africa, and I don't know, perhaps break Indonesia and take Sudan or something like that. Or Ethiopia, because Sudan is actually uh, maybe destroyed by Muslim. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do, something like this. That looks reasonable. Or Zimbabwe. Or Cameroon. Let's go for Cameroon, because if I ever get a chance to realign that disgusting Nigeria 7, then I guess I may want to have an additional non-battle ground to help me out with it. Okay. So my situation in Africa is pretty stable now. I like it. When it comes to Europe, it's 4-7 to 2-4-5. I would need to take UK and Benelux with 3. I'm not gonna do that this turn. Yeah. Alright, so I don't care about that, I guess. Late war tends to favor USA in Europe a little bit, so I will just hope for a change then. Let's start by eventing Camp David. Now our Israeli war is completely safe and free. So I may use this or Latin American dev squads to crew something, because I need knobs. He has OAS, Flower Power, Middle East, and 1 card more. I didn't know about Middle East, I know about it now. Unfortunately, I didn't get take all those juicy battlegrounds before he dropped it, but I'm glad anyway that it was dropped at all. Okay. Cuba is still realignable, and I'm kind of tempted to try. Maybe I will. Great. Let's go for this Nigeria. I may take out influence points from Nigeria one by one, and finally, after like 10,000 turns, I will succeed in my mission. Okay, he got a space target and he succeeds. That's tragedy. Alright, so he gets those points. Now that's cool. Colombia is the obvious target, I will just go for it. And last turn I will probably play socialists. Unless I want to go for temporary Asia domination with break of North Korea. That's actually not silly, like if you think about it. Maybe I can afford to give him the China card, and then I keep socialists with Ask Not, and I get a chance to discard one more unfavorable card. And like, breaking Southern North Korea is not a bad move at all. Like, overall it's a good idea. Because he basically then has to fight for it, right? And he doesn't care about overprotecting anything, so I could do it just to prove a point about overprotecting your Koreas. One of my videos from a long time ago is called Always Overprotect Your Korea's kids, and he definitely didn't watch it, so maybe I should just teach him a lesson about that. How many cards are there that destroy my Asian domination on headline? Potentially Miss Landy, potentially Brush War. Decall for sure. Oh, damn it. Okay. He did that. Wait, why did... What is... why did you break Mexico? It's like... Okay, whatever. Take my socialists. Go away. You will probably take 2 from France and 1 from our place. So I will just put 2 into France and 1 into Mexico, and I'm fine. Because I can't really create a bigger threat with 1 more pop. The goal is still somewhere around, so theoretically overprotecting France at some point wouldn't be a bad idea, but I don't think I care that much, and West Germany looks pretty stable, so I just leave it at that. Yeah. Oh. Okay, what do we have here? War Games is a card that you always want to have, but there's no way you wouldn't want it to be on your side, so that's good. Audrey James is potentially very useful. Maslin would be great if I had AWACS, and I don't, so I don't know about that. Solidarity definitely may be useful. Chernobyl is not good enough, I think, because East Germany will never be mine, and I don't see an obvious target for that. I guess I could try flipping South America with it, but that's probably risky. Glasnost is good unless he gives me Reform. He plays Reformer. Allende is a shitty card, but also it kind of doesn't matter that much. He already has Chile. The problem is with Ames, because he's a great card, but also like it doesn't let me hold anything. So I can't really hold Ask Not and play Ames. So maybe I just go for Ask Not and discard Allende, Muslim, and Willy. Well, okay, let's go for Solidarity, because that's a thing I'm surely eventing, and I want to do that in headline phase. So let's go for it, and maybe something changes. Okay, so now I'm surely not going for Chernobyl event. And now if he crews something, I take Poland. If he doesn't take Poland, and if he takes Poland, I crew something. So I should get one of those things at least. What are the cards that I would love to discard with Ask now? Jesus. What are the cards? Yeah, what are the cards that I would love to discard with Asknot that I don't have in my hand yet? Like, there are not many of those. Like, those cards are at best inconvenient and spaceable. So maybe I just don't care about Asknot anymore. Maybe I just crew with something, and then I just get rid of Asknot to... Okay. That's very convenient for him, but it also gives me 2 VPs, which is fine. Okay, so of course Europe scoring is such a card. But to be fair, if I hold aims, then if I draw exactly Europe scoring, I can discard it with aims and it's even better for me. So I think throwing Allende away, Willy Brandt away, Muslim away, and that's probably it, right? It's a little bit risky to keep Glasnost in, but only a little bit, and I don't think I care. Yeah, like, there's no way he invented Iran-Contra on headline over Reformer, like, come on. Or is it? Nah, come on. I'm not playing around that. Whoa. Okay, Iranian hostage crisis is disgusting, but it's good that I got it, and not him. South America scoring is tricky, but I may try to milk it with Glasnost. Bear Trap is also tricky, but it's potentially useful. And I may be able to hold aims actually to, you know, have it ready for potential Europe scoring in the future. And if he uses Reformer now, then I guess I will discard Glasnost with it and Space Iranian. Okay, so I like what I'm seeing. Okay, he had Truman, so no wonder he wanted to secure Poland and overprotect it. And he goes for El Salvador. That's interesting. Okay. I don't see a better way to play this turn than to just go for Argentina. Starting with taking Paraguay looks suspicious as hell. I don't think I wanna do that. However, well, if I succeed in Argentina, he surely realigns me, but if I succeed, he has no follow-up, because then Argentina is just empty, and I still dominate South America. So that way I may be able to score a domination there. So let's just go for it. That's great. That's very good for me. That's huge. Okay, so now I'm not scared of Reformer anymore. If he realigns me from Argentina, I just dropped South America scoring for 4 VPs and I'm at +5, which is huge. I already have my Millops. My hand is stable. I just space Iranian hostage crisis. I hold Aldrich aims. I bear trap him AR7. I play Chernobyl and War Games for ops. And if he gives me Central America quickly enough, if he has it, then I just event War Games and win. And that's the game. That's very good. Okay, he does that, he realigns probably, right? Yeah, go for it, buddy. I don't do... This is just a mistake, though. He should have... Oh, okay. He should have firstly he should have realigned and then he should have evented, but there is just... I mean, the mathematical argument for doing it the way he did it is very, very, like, minuscule. Because the only way he succeeds in that is when he does that, he breaks my influence points there to 1, and then because of his 1 VP, because of his 1 op he got from the Iron Lady, now he gets +1 to realignments instead of something else. So like, but that's just not really the way you're supposed to do that. Now I'm at 6, so I could theoretically end this game in a draw with 4 games, but I'm surely not going for that with this situation. I think I deserve a little bit more from this game, and I have a very good hand to fight for what's mine. And there are still some events like Evil Empire or Defectors, which just grant me VPs, like kitchen debates as well. Reagan, unfortunately, is not one of those cards because he has nothing in Libya, so that doesn't work. Let's start with the obvious stuff. That goes to space. It fails, but right now it doesn't really matter, but it fails. How I learned, alright. Now he stops fighting for Central. Muslim is gone, probably for good, so I may just start filling up those countries. No, I should probably care about Europe a little more, right? Yeah, because it looks like I'm not gonna lose this game in the final scoring, so let's take care of potential Europe situation. Okay, he spaces shuttle. Okay, so now he's unable to space any 2-ops. So now I probably don't want to play Bear Trap anymore. So let's do that. The goal. Alright. That's not a problem. I will just take it over, protect it, and take Iraq. And his last card is OAS. Cool. Brush war is good, terrorism is good, kitchen debate is fine, Olympic Games is useless, North Sea Oil is a free op, Marine Barracks, Bombing, and Fidel are interesting. I mean, they're bad for me, but Fidel is... I will probably be able to resolve Fidel in a way that is favorable towards me. Okay, when it comes to kitchen debates, -1, +3, 0, +3, 6, 7, 8 countries of advantage. There is no way that he flips that. So I guess I'm going for kitchen, right? What do I do if he plays Islandi? Then I just give him AWACS and it's fine. I could actually brush war with Nigeria. I probably should. Okay, let's go for kitchen debates. That says absolutely nothing about my hand. He can't really do anything with it. It's just a card I'm gonna event anyway, so that changes nothing. And Times is still probably a hold card. Alright. Uh-huh. So I'm surely taking care of that immediately. I'm not sure if I want to event terrorism. It's probably pointless. Because there are more cards that I mean, so the idea is that he can't really space Voice of America or Grain Sales, so shortening his hand now would be great. But I don't know if I really want to roll the die and see him discard Central America scoring, Africa scoring, OIS, Grain Sales, or Voice itself. Or maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I should have invented terrorism before kitchen debates in the headline phase. Now my situation is good. I don't need to troll. I don't need to have fun with terrorism events. I think it's irresponsible. He spaces that. Blah. He hits it. Let's get Nigeria. Brushwar hates me this game. But well, what to do? Alright, so maybe I don't need to hold aims. Maybe I can. Yeah, because I probably don't want to give him Fidel or Marine Barracks. So maybe I can just use it to get rid of second of those cards. Okay, what does he solve? ABM. Okay, ABM. ABM can bring Defcon up to 5, which is tricky, but probably nothing for him to get there. So I don't think I care, I will just Crusader. It looks like he may have Africa, so let's fight in Africa. Now eventing terrorism is a bit different, because now I can't really shorten his hand enough to kill him with Defcon probably. But I can snipe ABM out of his hand, but that's still probably not worth it. He events that. Oh, that's what he wanted to do. That's interesting, but that was very risky. Like, of course, it's unlucky for him that he rolled A1, but that was not a good idea overall. Unless he really needs to score Asia and he has Asia in hand. But other than that, I don't have a good coup target. I could event Olympic Games, but I probably just don't want him to coup Zaire, so I think I will just coup Nigeria and we'll be done with it. Whoa. Okay. So Nigeria is suddenly close enough to the realignment range. Decol event, that's very good for him. And that's a correct choice of countries. Yeah, let's take Zaire and that. because if he takes Algeria, then I can realign it, and he can really take Thailand because I have China. The fact that he gave me China with Usuri on turn 6 was pretty weird. I mean, maybe he had no choice, but having China now gives me much comfort, but I didn't necessarily need to have. Okay, space Fidel. I'm glad that Asia scoring is gone because that's probably a tricky one. Well, okay, Europe is probably more tricky than Asia, but still. UN with OIS. Alright, and he holds one card. That's a reasonable target. Fails those, it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's take Bad and overprotect Mexico, I guess. Alright, what do we have? Star Wars is not gonna be evented ever, so that's a 2-up. Special relationship is probably a 2-up unless he gives me NATO quickly. Africa scoring is great to see, Central scoring is great to see. Voice of America is probably the best last turn play I can get. Tear down this wall is a great headline that lets me fight for Europe with a bit of luck. Reformer and Yuri Reformer is unplayable, but it's spaceable. Yuri, I don't care. Okay, that's a good hand, and maybe I don't even have to give him China. Let's go for tear down this wall. Let's take a shot at Italy, I guess. Or I can take a shot at Spain or Turkey as well, but nah, Italy is probably better. Lowering the DEFCON in my situation is pretty important in the Pakistani war. Okay. Let's roll for Italy. Whoa, that worked. That didn't work. Cool. Enough in the Pakistani wars won by you this game, Mr. Alex. That India one was bad enough. I could as well play voice now and take him out of Nigeria theoretically, but I don't think I care enough. I think I will just, or maybe I should care enough. Maybe I should care actually. Maybe I should take him out of Nigeria. Yeah, I think I don't care about playing voice on the last AR. I will take him out of Nigeria and try to get Africa control. Oh. Okay, so he's going for that. That's fine. I can break Italy with special then. Now let's start with this. Yeah, so I guess I will take around 10 from Africa, 2 from Special, 5 from Central. That's more than enough to win. The question is, can he pull off Europe domination if he has the scoring? But the difference between those scenarios is only that in one of those he wins, he loses in turn 10, and in the other one he loses in the final scoring. So let's break that immediately. Okay. He probably has Europe, that's not a problem, we'll stick that. Obviously. Okay, despite having Europe, he may actually lose in turn 10. Yeah, GG. What an exhausting game. Whew. Right, despite him representing unknown to me techniques like his 5-year plan play, that was a challenge, and I'm glad that I managed to win this game because it looked pretty ugly, especially in that South America in the mid-war. And well, sorry for the long video, but this game was something else. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something from this game. I will see you next time.